the #7 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Ducks will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5.
And that's not what you want out of that kick return. If you're that return guy, you've got to make something happen. You've got to be able to make a guy miss. That's why you're back there in the first place, because of your athleticism, but you've got to be able to generate better field position on that kickoff return.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Running to the left. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box.
Intercepted in the first drive. Ends with a pick.
And on the first drive of the game, this defense does it again. They had 2 last week. They get another one early. This defense has been flying around, ball hawking the football.
Great place to start for this offense. They'll move the tight end. Making side adjustments here. Back to throw. It's Buckmeyer. Wasting no time taking a shot. Touchdown, Oregon! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. You thought it was noisy when the Duck rolled out on that motorcycle? Decibels through the roof in the House of Loud.
And what a great job getting this crowd going early. This is not one of the biggest crowds in the country, but Alson Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Bringing the heat. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Hey, separation on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
He'll take another shot here. Got his man downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. Turning it on. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication. And it...
Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6. The big tight end, always able to make the defense pay.
And tight ends have evolved so much in football. I mean, these guys are like wide receivers now, and you see why. Got the athletic ability, the big bodies, throw to them, and they'll make big plays for you.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. See some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Quarterback making checks. Slithers into space. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
He lets it fly. Snakes it down the right side. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time. He spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Moore. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
To throw, it's Buckmeyer. Firing to the right, complete. Headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Bringing it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. starts a drive trying to go up top. Rushes on him. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line.
Lets it fly. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Moore. Fires to the big fella. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed and they can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And the Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Tight end now in motion. Back to throw. It's Bachmeier. Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
And he makes a play in the back end. Job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. On the move, he fires. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Moving out of the pocket. Just threw that one way too far.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up.
And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Oregon.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
To the air, it's St. Clair. Fires left. Finds his man. It's Rodgers. There he goes. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this.
Pulls it in down the sideline. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Breaks into the open. Lowers those pads. They get him corralled, and not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Ducks have taken it inside the 20. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got it in the middle, it's Perry. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season...
Touchdown, Ducks! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon is trigger men. Not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Holds it in on the left. Off and running. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, the defense has got to be kicking themselves. They had the offense pinned back so deep in their own end. It's one thing to give up a completion, but you can't let the receiver go the entire distance and score a touchdown. Bad job on the back end by the D.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. We'll send the tight end in motion. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes a grab down the middle. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Huh?
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Sets up the screen. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. A design run for the quarterback. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of the game.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
And they just keep inching closer to the goal. You go for it on 4th down, you get it, you're now finding yourself even closer. This is a place where you'd love to be able to just line up, run the football, get north, and score a touchdown.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, Oregon. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, trying to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautiful. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. To the It's St. Clair. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Ducks!
I'm gonna do too. He gotta get the fuck out the game. I don't give a damn what the shit is. He gotta get the fuck out the game.
And I'm beginning 5-4 season.
Real? Yeah.
This month.
And they turn it into a defensive score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Makes a move. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. He wants to take the top off. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So they'll decline the pass interference penalty, and the results of the play will stand. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Barmore. Fires deep toward the end zone. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.